Good evening on the Australian Eastern Standard Time zone, and good morning to everyone else. Maybe I'm getting a bit of the US crowd as well within that zone, just waking up and heading off to work. Some of them. I was talking to Shelley early. She was heading off to work. So I don't expect to see her on at the moment. So this is just an announcement that I have set up the October Zoom meeting. So it's scheduled. And there it is. October meeting. So anyone can start it. So it doesn't have to be me. Anyone can actually start it. Good morning, Lukey. How are you? Good to see you. Frying my nerves at the job. Fair enough. We all have those moments. Yes, I was talking to a young lady that sits a bit further away from me, and just going over a couple of things that she was finding a bit confusing. So, we all start somewhere. She's a very smart lady, really smart lady, that I work with. But she's out of university. She's still in those early stages. Still, there's a lot to learn in any job. The learning curve is quite a bit. What academia teaches you is analytical skills and ability to apply yourself in that regard. But at the end of the day, nothing like corporate knowledge and things that you have to learn to do certain jobs and all that. So yeah, I know you're bringing back memories from like 30 odd years ago when I was much younger. 30 plus years ago that I was much younger, and I know exactly what things are like. It's the early on in your career. NTL, how are you, mate? Where do I sign up to? As I never use Zoom. Well, if you go in and create an account and then download the application, you'll be able to do it in that regard. So, okay. Oops. What am I doing? Oh, God. Lost it. Let me sign out for a sec. And so if you sign up, you click that when you go to the sign up location. So I'll whack that in there. And you just basically go sign up, which is free. And you just start putting your details in, so to speak. So first of the first. Oh, wait. First. Oh, year. 1900. Extremely old. Oh, okay. Won't accept that. 1950. Okay, it accepts that. What the hell is it doing? we just pull it out. Then you just put your email, continue, or you can sign in with your Google account, which is the other way. So a lot of people, they won't put their email in. They'll just sign in with their Google account, and they'll just link up the Google account, and basically that's as easy as it gets. So once I'm not going to do it because I've got a separate account. I don't want to confuse with my local cookies, but just you go in, you can do it with your Facebook account, you can do whatever, you can set up. It's up to you. So it's that simple. Once you've done that, then you just basically edit, and then you can use the okay, and YouTube, and let's just go up to 200. And there's my video that I'm currently doing, talking to you guys. Yes. She looks better than me. Anyway, we go down to the description, and in the description, there's join the Zoom meeting. So in the description area, there it is. Just click on that, and that will get you going towards the Zoom. It'll bring this up, this screen, and then it will go open Zoom meeting. Or in that regard. Easy as that. Anyway, that's that. G'day, Jonathan. And that's the link. So anybody can go there. It's supposed to start at 12 o'clock at midnight, which is about, well, 38 minutes from now. So, yes, and obviously we can stay on there as long as because it is the Zoom thing. So some of the money you guys donate to me, I basically pay for the Zoom with that money. So we've got a professional account, and we can use it as much as we like. And it also helps me to be able to do long video recordings with it and all sorts of things. So because it's a pro version, I can do a lot of things, and then obviously still still need to play with it. So once I've done it, then I just download it, and well, I locally store it, I locally save it, and then I pretty much have to not do the normalization for the audio, because sometimes you can be interviewing somebody and their audio may be too low, too high, and it just doesn't sound right. So I like to normalize things. I think I've only once put something up that, and I think that was in the early days, and people said, "Oh, I can't really hear you," and it was you could hear the other person, who couldn't really hear me properly. So that's why you have to still normalize things, because unfortunately Zoom doesn't give you that option yet. Hopefully they will address that at some point, and it will save me having to do some of the post processing. Then all I have to do is run it through a certain application that I've got, and then just cut out the pieces that I don't, stitch it together, done, and I can do that overnight, and then I can post it the next morning. So yeah, so does have some value. Anyway, that's pretty much how it goes. And I will So the nice thing with the Zoom meetings, I usually allow it to go right through. Yep. Hi, Ryan. G'day, mate. So I usually allow these Zoom sessions to run for the whole month or whatever, so people will end up jumping on and jumping off and all that. It's just reminding people, and that's why I did the video this time, because last time I put it in the community pages, pretty much not many people paid attention to it, which I was disappointed. uh, so, but I will add it to the community page as well, just as a double. Some, with the announcements, the way things are at the moment, which is really damn annoying, the way YouTube actually behaves. It's probably a good idea that I whack it into the community page as well. And hold on, what the hell? Bear with me. Teething problems. We always have teething problems. Yes, that's okay. Better zoom out. And yeah, so I will be starting it shortly, so we can get the thing going. Maybe somebody's already started it from what I can see. Anyway, oh, that's okay. That's fine. That's the whole intention. Oh, come on. Get the damn stuff. And that's it. So I can actually post that. Sorted. Okay, Paul. No, I'm not early. It's about 30 minutes away from my bedtime before this young lad tucks himself in. Yeah, just trying to sort things out, while things are rattling away in my mind. How often will these meetings be scheduled? This is new to me. Every month. Every month. I used to. I sort of dropped the ball a bit for a while, but every month. So I run them through the weekend, and I let them. Then after that, I just let it run for the whole month, and then I'll replace it with a new one. And usually at the beginning, I always sort of drop in multiple times. So I'll drop in um, tonight, and then I'll go to bed. Then I'll drop in the morning, and people just drop in and out constantly. And you get to meet a lot of my subscribers and a lot of regulars, and some of the also some of the people who moderate for me as well. Um, so Richard Vivid Mouse, who's Richard from New Zealand. He tends to drop in quite often to these sessions. Gary, the guy. I don't know whether you may not know him. He's off close to the Northern Territory, Western Australian border, and he's usually drops in. He's a medical scientist. He was working in one of the clinics out there doing, scans and stuff like that, and you know, rat tests and whatever else, and he had just had a gut full of all that garbage, and so he just pulled the pin recently. But he's sort of regular, even when at his work, he was sort of occasionally coming onto the Zoom sessions to chat with people. There's a few colourful characters. Shelley has made one or two appearances, and a few other people. So it tends to be a mixed crowd of people from all over the world that tend to turn up at some point. And I've basically got it set up that anybody can just go in and start it. And then other people, if they drop in, some people just leave it running in the background, and they just turn off the image and the audio. And if they see somebody pop on, then they have a chat with them. And so the nice thing is we could have chats, talk controversial things and other things that are really hard to discuss on YouTube without really putting at risk the channel. So it allows me to come in and really talk about things that is very hard to talk about. And it also saves me the hassle of having to set up a whole lot of things on other, I struggle because of a day job to produce enough content, let alone try to manage other other sort of platforms to be able to do that. So it's much easier to just get my subs to turn up. The ones that want to, it's not compulsory. You can show your face, you can chat, or you can just basically not show your face and not chat and just listen in. So I don't really care. It's there as a community thing. Sometimes people may be busy and just have it in the background and just listen in on what other people are talking about. Sometimes may hear things about what's happening in another country that they're not aware of. So it allows us to sort of communicate amongst ourselves. There's quite a lot of activity happening now in places like Germany and elsewhere, Italy and elsewhere, that we're not hearing anything. There are protests and all sorts of things, and they're not being covered by the major media outlets. A lot of the stuff in Germany is not covered at the moment, which is just absolutely criminal. Free press. What a joke. So, it gives an opportunity for people to come in and just tell us what's happening. The sort of authoritarian state violence that people may be suffering, or the situation with shortages or issues of different things like that. Alex actually sent me an email today, and he was just telling me how, with iHerb, the taurine stuff, that it's just not available over there. And I actually showed him that it was available, and they sent him about an excuse that it hadn't been available for some time in Australia as well, some bullshit thing. And I'm going, what a load of crap. Well, just tell people that the supply chain is in a mess, because that's what it is, thanks to the woke brigade, and it's politicians that lead them, and that's why things are in a mess currently. And so it's a hit and miss. People from America are buying from Hong Kong because they can't find in America, and people from Australia are buying things in America because they can't find Australia and getting it sent over. It's just crazy what's happening with the supply chain currently, and shortages and all that. And as I said, it won't be too long before Europeans are on food stamps and energy rationing. So that's going to happen. You'll see it as the winter starts biting. There'll be energy rationing and food rationing in Europe. It's not looking good. And even the British economy is sort of teetering on, you know, going into very uncharted territory, very dangerous territory, to say the least. And the lunatics running the show have no idea what they're doing. So crazy times, to say the least. It's ridiculous how you've got the government expanding while the Bank of England is sort of trying to wind back things, and I'm going wild. Where if they were going to do anything, they should be trying to mitigate the effects on the community or do a massive reset. But they're not going to touch the bankers and people like that. So they're just going to make the average person pay for all their sins. What's new, you know? So, yes, that's the sort of stuff we can talk about a bit more, let's say, vocal, and use all sorts of colourful language as well, which I tend to do in the Zoom sessions, which I can't really do on YouTube unless I want my channel taken down or threatened, like Bart went through that sort of experience. I don't want to go through that experience. So, yeah. Yes. So we've got to be good global citizens on these on the YouTubia channel, Ryan. So a good boy. Yes, I can misbehave on the Zoom sessions. Not a problem, mate. See ya. Yeah, I'm about to pull the plug on this, and I'll join you. Anyway, see yous, everyone. See yous on the. You've got the link. You know where it is. Come and join us. Anyway, that's the announcement. And I am out of here. See yous on the Zoom session shortly.